Good morning, everybody. Welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. See that full moon up there? And of course, over this way, I see a beautiful sunrise. It looks like a gorgeous day. And I see a chair there, and it looks like some tackle. Is there some, hey, there's a guy surf fishing here. Wow, I think it might be Anthony. He's a great guy. And of course, we'll be watching him here as I get set up for the morning briefing. Still a lot of this debris here that washed up, you know, when we have our storms here in SoCal. All of this crap washes up on the beach. Incidentally, I directed all my ire at the politicians yesterday. Chad Christopher Klein took exception to it and sent over a video. We'll play that at the end of today's report. And it looks like Anthony is down there. He's giving me a big wave, so we'll see how he does. Long range, we'll have a report from the Royal Polaris. We'll look out here at this beautiful ocean. Man, there's some big sets rolling in here. Looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? We'll see what's going on here locally. We've got some halibut fishing going on. Of course, the PCS show is on the horizon. That's going to be really great. And we've got, of course, a lot more to talk about. Let me get set up here on the morning briefing. I'll be back in a moment. Hey, shark sighting in Surfside. Breaking news. Tell us what you saw right at sunrise.
Right on the outside, big old shark come out. Right of the wave, with the fish in its mouth, it looked like.
Are you kidding me?
No joke.
Oh my God. So define big shark for us. How big?
At least 5 to 6 foot.
Really?
It looked like a person at first, and I was like, that's a shark.
And that was way out there?
Yeah, it was on one of the big sets that were coming in, and he looked like he was riding to catch a fish, and he got one.
You know, that had to be a white shark. I'm just guessing. I mean,
decent size.
It's a big shark.
It was grayish, whitish, I guess. I mean, but I saw a flash, and then I seen its tail go right into the out of the wave.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, shoot, all the people watching the.
Look at a bunch of feet out there. See it?
Oh yeah. Get on it, man. Hey, everybody, it is Phil Freeman. I've got an incredible product I want to introduce you to. It's called Colder Ice. It will reduce the temperature of your ice 20 degrees and also make your ice last longer. Recently, the founder and creator of this great product, Chris Rank, was on Tackle Shop Confessions as well as the Danny Cadota Show. Check it out.
Cooler with ice. Got my temperature set up. Okay.
30 degrees, 30.4.
Yep. And you sprinkle a little bit on top of your ice. That's all you need for 20 pounds of ice.
Holy smokes, it's dropping fast. 13 degrees, it dropped it that fast?
Retail price, $7.99. We're doing a show special at the Pacific Coast Sports Fishing Show, and it's $5 flat rate. Anybody to purchase a deckhand kill bag gets a free 12-ounce Pacific Edition Colder Ice Brine. Right now, 5.9 degrees.
It's worth its weight in gold. Tell you, the quality of fish, what a difference.
Yeah, we started at 30.6. It's already below. It's already getting to 27.
I can get ice in the kill bag to for about 6 days.
It's down to 18 degrees. Pretty dang impressive, to be honest with you. I mean,
any deckhand sports bag, you get a free exclusive Pacific Ocean Edition 12 ounce.
Cool.
I will be located in the Your Saltwater Guide booth. Come see me, Calico Chris, at the Your Saltwater Guide booth to redeem your free 12 ounce cold ice brine. The shelf life is indefinite.
so I almost can't see a reason not to buy it. Take them, put them on your boat, and you're good to go.
So right there, we've dropped it 20 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's at 12 degrees right now. This is pretty dang amazing. 12 degrees now, much better than 30 degrees. You know, when you're trying to keep your ice and your fish in a better condition, we all know that getting the temperature down quickly is what you want to do. Just by this small demonstration, I definitely recommend you guys get some of that.
Great product. You've got to have it. And it will debut at the PCS show. Make sure you visit Chris at the Your Saltwater Guide booth. Dave Hansen will be there with Chris. And you'll be able to buy this incredible product for only $5 at the show. Check it out. PCS show. Chris Rank. Colder Ice. Before we get started on today's morning briefing, don't forget, if you're headed to Ensenada, you're going to want to give Zeke Casas a call. Only 15 minutes from downtown, but just check out that spectacular view while in Ensenada, Baja California Norte. And if that garage door is giving you a problem, then you're going to want to call your garage door man. That's Joe Welker. Tax problems? Nobody better than our friend Tim Marquez. Tim's been doing taxes for 35 years. Give the tax man a call today. And for your heating and or air conditioning needs, you're going to want to talk to our dear friend John Lopez at Efficient Heating and Air Conditioning. Beautiful sunrise, great to be with you. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Is that good? It's already cooled down. It's kind of cold here this morning, but man, you got to love Anthony back there fishing away. He is giving it his very best. Had that shark sighting earlier this morning. Man, wouldn't that be something if it popped up during the morning briefing? We've got a lot to cover with you. Hit that like button, share these videos everywhere. Don't forget to subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel and also tick that little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. Follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, as well as Apple Podcasts and Spotify. All right, let's get into it with you all. Hopefully, Anthony will have some excitement in the background for us. I told him, or asked him, I should say, hey, make sure you jump into the frame if you catch anything at all, or if you see another shark sighting. Pretty interesting stuff if you ask me. Let's talk about Mexico Lindo to start things out. Cabo San Lucas, still an occasional striped marlin, not that many right now. Also, we are seeing some pretty good yellowfin tuna fishing offshore. You got to get about 20, 25 miles offshore, find a pod of dolphin, and then you can catch those 15 to 40 pound YFT. In addition to that, there's some 100-pounders inshore, some small roosters, amberjack, yellowtail, good yellowtail fishing there in Mulegé and Loreto. Those are two great venues to fish. I mean, that is an outstanding place to be fishing. And Loreto also with some really good yellowtail action right now. We are loving that. Love fishing yellows in the wintertime down there on the Baja Peninsula. We get you a lot closer to home, only 140 miles down below the border, and that's where you'll find San Quintin, Baja California. And there we have seen some outstanding fishing on a variety of different species, mostly the bottom grabbers right now, but they get flashed pretty regularly with some nice yellowtail on the yo-yo iron. It's been really good at times. Again, big lings, big reds, copious amounts of rockfish, and then you get zip on the yellows from time to time. Punta Colonet, 120 miles below the border. San Diego-based boats love to go down there on day-and-a-half trips and fish that zone. Great rock fishing. No big numbers of yellowtail so far. Hopefully that's going to happen. You can also make the drive down there and jump on a panga, a small boat in Mexico, and go out with one of the pangueros and fish that zone. Then Ensenada, Baja California, 70 miles below the border, home of Baja hospitality. Great fish tacos and some pretty darn good fishing. In addition to that, we've seen some outstanding fishing down there. In terms of the bottom bite, it's been outstanding. Lings and reds and rockfish, really, really good stuff. And then in addition to that, once in a while, the yellowtail will pop up there. Also, some big bonito. And some guys that like to focus on calico and sand bass, they've done pretty well in that zone also. So we'll be watching that very, very closely for you all and continuing to monitor our friends in Baja. Let's go to the long range situation. And the Royal Polaris finished up day 2 of their trip. Now, day 2 of their fishing. Remember, they are fishing 1,000 miles south of Point Loma in San Diego. It's a 3-day run on the 16-day adventures. And day 2 was pretty promising there in the morning. They've been getting some really good afternoon fishing. On board the Royal Polaris yesterday, Jim Mitchell had a yellowfin tuna that weighed in at 200 pounds. Nice fish, right on the 200-pound mark. Nice going there, Jim, with your cowfish. That is beautiful. And then Eddie Contreras, he had another fish that weighed 220 pounds. The majority of the fish they caught yesterday were in the 140 to 180 pound class. And then, of course, they were waiting for the afternoon because that's when fishing has been best here recently on the long range scene. It's been great in the afternoon. But for some reason, inexplicable reason, the fish did not want to bite. The bite did not manifest itself in the afternoon. So the Royal Polaris, while working hard at it, went to make bait, and now they are at it again here this very morning. We'll see how that all plays out. We'll be watching that for you very, very closely. All right, so rock fishing is good on that side of the border, and it's open. And I say that because here in Southern California, our rockfish season doesn't open again until April the 1st. Can't wait for that. And sheephead, you'll be able to catch those starting on March the 1st. For now, sculpin, whitefish, sand dabs, those creatures are being caught in good numbers. The wind here this morning, not too bad at all. Supposed to get a little breezier this afternoon, and then tomorrow's going to be absolutely gorgeous and pristine. In terms of calico sand bass fishing, it's been pretty darn slow here recently. You can pick a few fish. Maybe the best bites up there out of Marina Del Rey on their twilight trips. It's been pretty good. Incidentally, due to all your hard work, the sand bass limit for the rest of this year is only going to drop by one fish. So the limit will be 4 sand bass per angler, and that is due to a whole lot of hard work of a lot of people. And then, of course, silently behind the scenes, each and every one of you, God bless you for your hard work in that. And that is great news that the sand bass situation now is a done deal. 4 sand bass per angler here in 25. So they're picking a few of those, but mostly, again, it's those other species that we mentioned, sculpin, whitefish. Sunday's going to be a gorgeous day. And it's going to be a beautiful day to go to Catalina Island. It should be great on the El Patron out of Long Beach sport fishing. The El Patron heads over there Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. They've got a special low wintertime price. In addition to that, there's no fuel surcharge. It's a limited load trip. It's a great time of the year to get over to Catalina Island. Don't forget to visit www.longbeachsportfishing.org to get on the El Patron. So several boats here are fishing the sculpin and whitefish and halibut. The native son will be curious to see how they do today because they have been, of course, weathered in with this crummy weather that we just went through. So hopefully they're going to get out and catch some halibut here today. Their last trip, they had only 2 halibut, and the bites seemed to have been tailing off, but it's about time for that to rip again. We'll see how it goes. There's some sculpin also being caught on those trips. We mentioned that it is slower right now on the halibut fishing. It has been at least, but every day is totally different. And you'd be wise, because it's a little tougher, to drop that fluorocarbon down to 20, 25. You're going to need 4-ounce to 12-ounce torpedo sinkers, and you're also going to be fishing with number 1 J hooks and number 6 treble hooks. Bring that along. The boys will help to get you all rigged up and properly ready to go. Don't forget about Ventura Sport Fishing. They're getting ready to rock and roll on the Island Spirit, and if you book now before April the 1st, you're going to get 20% off any trip you choose. So in other words, look at a trip in July that you want to go on, you're sure you can make it, book it today. Book it before April 1st, 20% off. Any questions? Call Ventura Sport Fishing at 805-676-3474 or visit them, of course, at venturasportfishing.com. Here in the Southern California surf, I see a bunch of guys down this way surf fishing. We've got Anthony fishing here. I thought because of the debris, we weren't going to get anything accomplished, but I'll tell you, Sunday looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day to be doing that. These sets are pretty darn big right now. It's kind of tough to fish this. It is something you can accomplish, no question about it, but a little bit more on the difficult side, no question about it. There's been good barred perch fishing from below the border in Mexico all the way up to Ventura and beyond. Barred perch like the cooler water. That's what you're going to find a lot of times during this time of the year. And I want to remind you all that a week from Sunday, February the 23rd, we're going to be right here fishing the surf again. Our last beautiful day here. We had such a huge turnout, so many great people. I can't wait to do it again. That's going to be an absolute ball. February the 23rd, 6:30 to 9:30 in the morning. You have any questions? You weren't here last time. You're confused about directions getting here. Just send me a text at 657-227-6459. If you have problems walking, we will definitely get you some VIP parking, and we can help you out here on the beach. For the rest of you guys who are in pretty good shape, if you look down there at that water tower, you can see right down there, right there at Anderson and Pacific Coast Highway, you can find some parking there, and then you can walk out on the beach, hang a right, and walk down here about 10-15 minutes. You can start fishing down there if you like, but I just want you to remember that we will be giving away some gifts to the biggest fish caught. So at some point, take a photo of the fish. Use your big fish bait and tackle ruler. If you're not familiar with that, they sell a ruler down there. You buy it, you can measure your catch, and once you buy the ruler, one time, you're in a tournament for the rest of the year. It's phenomenal. And they're giving away a free custom surf fishing rod every single month. It's great. This month is for the largest halibut. Go into Big Fish Bait and Tackle. Get your tackle. Mention Friedman Adventures. Get 10% off. You can get bait, tackle, and it's not only for surf fishing. You can get tackle for everything from trout to big game. Bluefin tuna, big fish, bait and tackle. About a 10-minute walk here, right down on the corner of Pacific Coast Highway and Seal Beach Boulevard. You're definitely going to want to visit there. So the surf, I don't see Anthony catching anything, putting the pressure on him, aren't I? We'll continue to watch him. I see a whole bunch of people heading down this way right now. Not sure if they're surf fishermen or if they are just out for a stroll on the beach. Don't forget, colder ice. You're definitely going to want to check that out at the PCS show. It will be sold in several booths, including the Island Fishing Tackle booth, for only $5. Show special. It's a game breaker. It's a great product, and you're going to love it. And if you buy any deckhand bag, any bag, you take it over to Chris Rank at your Saltwater Guides booth. Dave Hansen, you guys all know Dave, good friend of mine. Go over there, see Chris, and he'll give you a free, absolutely free little shot of colder ice, something you're definitely going to want to take advantage of. If you have any questions at the show, just go over there to your Saltwater Guides booth and visit Chris and Dave. Say hi to both those guys for me. All right, PCS show coming up. And I did mention in the very beginning that I put all the blame for all this crap here on the beach, on our politicians for not doing much. Here is somebody who has a different opinion, and that is Chad Christopher Klein. Check that out. Drop a comment down below. And as always, hold on. I hope to see you really, really soon. Take care, my friends.
This trash that you see on the street is not the politicians. It's us. It's the people. Every day you see it, people just trash and litter. I'll see it on a boat. As an angler, I'll see it on the boat. People just throw crap overboard. Fishing lines, beer cans, soda, plastic. I'll see it on the streets. Same thing. Cigarettes, beer, plastic, crap, just thrown and tossed out. It's not the politicians, Phil. It's us. It's the people. We trash our land and we trash our water. Don't blame it on the politicians. This one, blame it on yourself and your neighbor, the person to your right and the person to your left. Because we are responsible. Us humans are responsible for taking care of our land and our ocean, our waters that God gave us, and we are destroying it. So don't blame the politicians, Phil. No. Blame yourself in the mirror. Blame your neighbor. Blame the person you see littering every effing day. Not the politicians. This one, Phil, you're wrong. Phil, this trash that you see on the street is not the politicians. It's us. It's the people. Every day you see it, people just trash and litter. I'll see it on a boat. As an angler, I'll see it on the boat. People just throw crap overboard. Fishing lines, beer cans, soda, plastic. I'll see it on the streets. Same thing. Cigarettes, beer, plastic, crap, just thrown and tossed out. It's not the politicians, Phil. It's us. It's the people. We trash our land and we trash our water. Don't blame it on the politicians. This one, blame it on yourself and your neighbor, the person to your right and the person to your left. Because we are responsible. Us humans are responsible for taking care of our land and our ocean, our waters that God gave us, and we are destroying it. So don't blame the politicians, Phil. No. Blame yourself in the mirror. Blame your neighbor. Blame the person you see littering every effing day. Not the politicians. This one, Phil, you're wrong.